Welcome to Day 4 of 7th grade math STAAR review. Number 1. A monthly budget with expenses is shown. Which equation can be used to determine why the minimum amount of money a family must earn to meet the requirements of this budget for 1 year? The first step would be to total. So I would just add all of this up to see how much they spend in 1 month. And if you add all of this up, it equals $3,600. So these are the expenses for 1 month. So if they spend $3,600 in 1 month, then how much money do they need to make in 1 year? How can we find that? You simply calculate 3,600 times 12. So your answer is F. Number 2. The scale of a model train is 1 inch to 13.5 feet. One of the cars of the model train is 5 inches long. What is the length in feet of the actual train car? So we are comparing inches to feet. I'm going to make my proportion table to compare inches to feet. 1 inch is 13.5 feet. So 5 inches is how many feet? This is a simple multiplication problem here because you would multiply 1x. So 1x equals 13.5 times 5. So x equals 67.5. So A is the answer. Number 3. Use the ruler provided to measure the diameter of the coin shown below to the nearest tenth of a centimeter. Which of these is closest to the circumference of the coin? So we're given the diameter. We're going to measure it in centimeters. And which is the closest to the circumference? Remember that C equals pi times the diameter. And if you measure with the ruler, the diameter of the coin is about 2 centimeters, a little over 2 centimeters. So we could use 3.14 times 2, and that would get us 3.14 times 2. 4 times 2 is 8. There's 2, 6. So 628. Which of your answer choices here is closest to 6.28? Remember that this diameter here is actually a little bit more than 2. So which of your answer choices here is a little bit more than this? That would be F. Number 4. During an experiment, Robin tossed a fair coin 10 times and got 6 heads. Based on these results, what is the probability that the coin will land showing heads on Robin's next toss? Well, if you think about it, what is the probability of landing on heads on a coin? Okay, yes, it is 1 out of 2 tries. All right? That's every time. Now, every coin toss is an independent event. So every time you do a coin toss, you start over each time. Okay? It does not depend on anything else. It is always, a coin toss will always be an independent event. So it doesn't matter how many times she's flipped the coin and what the results were previously. So what will be the next time she flips a coin? What will the outcome be? Okay, it's always 1 out of 2. So your answer is F. Number 5. On a certain airline, passengers can make calls from telephones provided by the airline. A call costs $3 to connect plus $2.50 for each minute. Which equation represents C, the total cost of the call that lasts M minutes? Okay, this is one of those problems that I like to cover up the answer choices and write out what the options or what the equation could be. So I know that it's $3 to connect plus $3 plus $2.50 for each minute. So this is really $2.50 per minute. Okay, and all of this equals C. So which equation, which of your answer choices here match what I have here? The answer, of course, is B. Question number 6. Which of the equations below represents the second step of the solution process? Okay, so I see each of these steps here. And it looks like this missing piece would be part of one of these puzzle pieces right here. Which of these would fit? Okay, as I study each one, I can see which one best fits in that section. So let's look. A is exactly the same as step 1. So that won't be our answer. Now, if I look at B, and so this would be 5 times 6 here, plus 5. But as I look at the third step, 5 times 6 would equal 30, but where is this plus 5? That doesn't fit in that either. Okay, so I don't think that's correct. The next one, okay, I could see where 30x would be up here. 30x, it would be plus something, wouldn't it? Okay. How would I get from 4 plus 1 to 21? 4 plus 1 to 21 versus 20 plus 1 to 21. I think 20 plus 1 equals 21, so that would be your next answer here. So D would be your answer. Number 7. Mr. Brown planted a vegetable garden. The circle graph shows the kinds of vegetables he planted and the percentage of the area of the garden each kind of vegetable occupied. Mr. Brown's garden has an area of 160 square feet. How many square feet of Mr. Brown's garden is occupied by cabbage? So that's what we're asked to find. Okay, so here is cabbage, but it doesn't tell us what percent. And we need to know the percent in order to find the actual square feet. So there's 2 ways we're going to solve this. I'm going to show you both ways. One is with an equation. And the other is using the percent proportion. Okay, so we know that this whole circle graph must equal 100%. So if I add up carrots, lettuce, broccoli, and string beans, so I'm looking at 25 plus 45 plus 5 plus 10. Is that it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This equals 85. So if I have 100%, minus 85%, this equals 15%. So that means the cabbage is 15%. Okay, so now I know the percent that I'm looking for. So of the two ways I can solve, I could say what is 15% of 160. So that would mean 0.15 times 160, and this equals 24. So there is your answer there. Now the other way we can solve is using the percent proportion. Remember, if I look at this pie graph or circle graph here, I'm looking for just this part. So I am missing the part of the percent proportion. So this will be the part over the whole, which is 160, equals the percent over 100. Okay, and now I can cross multiply here, and if I cross multiply these two here, I get 2400 equals 100x. So divide by 100 on both sides, and it would equal, look, these zeros cancel out, so your answer is x equals 24. So again, either way, your answer is B, 24 square feet. Number 8, the net of a square pyramid is shown in the diagram. What is the total surface area of the square pyramid in square inches? It's a square pyramid. So what are the two figures that make up this pyramid? Okay, one is a square. Okay, and then the other is a triangle. Okay, so let's look at the square first. If this side is 8, and because it's square, that means this side is 8. So 8 times 8 equals 64. So the area of the base here is 64 square inches. Okay. Now, let's find the area of the triangle. And there's 4 triangles, so all I have to do is find the area of one triangle and then multiply it by 4. And it's the total surface area, so that means I'm going to add up all the sides once I find the area of each face. Okay? So I'm already done with the square, so now let's study the triangle. If this side length here is 8, that also represents the base. And then here is the height here, and it's 9. Remember, the formula for finding the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So if my base is 8 and the height is 9, okay, so then 8 times 9 is 72 divided by 2, which will equal 36. So the area of each triangle is 36. So that means this is 36, 36, 36, 36. So you can multiply all the 4 sides. So this would be 36 times 4, okay, equals, and then 36 times 4 equals 144. All right, then you're going to add the 64 for the base, and this equals 208. So your answer is 208 square inches. Number 9. What value for W makes the equation shown below a true statement? Okay, just my opinion, but I think the easiest way to solve this would be to cover up your answer choices and then go ahead and solve the equation. So my equation is 4W minus 8 equals negative 16. So I want to isolate the variable. I want to get W by itself, okay? So the first step would be to add 8. We want to do the opposite here. So we're going to add 8 to both sides. Okay, this will cancel out. And then I have negative 16 and 8. Okay, they're different signs, so you're going to actually subtract and keep the sign of the larger absolute value. So your answer is negative 8 equals 4W. Now, I want to get the W by itself. So this is multiplying by 4, so the opposite would be dividing by 4. If I divide by 4 here, I must divide by 4 here. So this becomes W equals negative 2. So your answer is F on number 9. All right, number 10. The formula for converting temperatures from Celsius to Fahrenheit is F equals 9/5 times C plus 32. Which temperature in degrees Fahrenheit is closest to 75 degrees Celsius? Okay, so they're asking us to find the Fahrenheit and they give us the Celsius. Well, all I'm going to do is use this equation and plug it in. So if I have F equals 9/5 times what? 75 plus 32. Okay? So the first step I'm going to do is my multiplication, which is going to be this step right here. So let's do this over here. All right. So if I have 9/5, which is actually a fraction, and I'm going to multiply it times 75. It's a whole number, but I'm going to make it a fraction by putting it over 1. Okay? I'm going to do a little boxing match here. 5 goes into 5 one time. 5 goes into 75 15 times. Oh, look, my numerator is 1 and 1. Okay? So, really, I'm looking at 9 times 15, which equals 135. Okay? Oh, look, here's my answer. Is that correct? No? Why not? Oh, because we're not done yet. Okay, so that can't be the correct answer, can it? So all of this right here goes where this was. So F equals 135, and now the rest is going to be plus 32. So what is 135 plus 32? So F equals 167. So your answer then is C. All right, great job. Thank you for watching. This was day 4 of 7th grade math STAAR review. If you need to rewatch this video or any of the other videos that I've created, please feel free to watch it as many times as you need to help you to understand, stop, rewind, play again. Okay? And I wish you good luck on the test.